Hi there, it's David from Online Wealth Now, where we're looking at how to learn, earn and prosper today by starting an online business. Hopefully that's something that resonates with you and why you're here with me today, because that's something you're exploring, and like me, you're looking for ideas and where to put your energies to start creating your future. Now, since my last video, I've spent some time researching different ways that we can make money online that are really out there, and these are real methods. What I'd like to do is share those with you. So why not head over to my desktop and we can take a look at some of the things I've been looking at since I saw you last. So here we are over at my desktop, and I've put together this presentation really to get my thoughts down on paper. Well, maybe not so much onto paper, but just get my thoughts down and note them. So here we have this presentation now. So what we're doing is looking at genuine ways to make money online today and business options overview. So with that said, let's move on and get into the content. So to begin with, I've put together core selection criteria. What I wanted to do was to have an outline of key things that were important to me and would ultimately help me decide on what kind of business, what business model to choose at the end of the selection process. So firstly, it needs to be legal. I want to adhere to local, national and international law. I don't want to do any prison or jail time as a result of any of my online activities. Secondly, it needs to align with my own personal morals and standards. I want to remain honest to myself, be sincere, and ultimately help others in whatever I do. 3, it needs to be a proven business model. I need to be able to see real results that real people have generated, and I have the belief that I can recreate these results. 4, it needs to be able to deliver results with my time availability. So this is something that you may also want to consider. How much time have you got each day or in a week that you're going to invest in your business? Now really at the moment, I'll invest the time whatever it takes, 12 or 16 hours a day, because I understand during this period I'm learning a lot more than I'm doing. But once I've got my business established, I'd like to think that in 5 hours a day, then I can deliver real results. So this is my ultimate goal, something that I can work 5 hours a day and deliver results. So 5 over time, it has the potential to generate significant earnings. As I said in my last video, recently I was made redundant for the second time in 3 years. If I was to make the choice to go out and trade time for money, then I'm able to generate a significant income. Now I'm going to set my goals high, and I'd like to think that I'd be able to triple what I was earning trading time for money in my online business. 6, it utilises my own strengths and personality, and it's a good fit for me. If it's not using my own skills, it's not using my personality, and I'm feeling uncomfortable, then I'm not going to deliver any results. So this is why it needs to be a good fit for me, and obviously for you, whatever you choose, it needs to be a good choice or good fit for you. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. There are 2 ways that money can be earned online. The first of these is active income. In essence, you get paid once for something you do, whether that's a skill or a service. So you're trading your time for money. So we've got a clock representing the time, plus work in progress or a job done, equals money or payment from an employee or a customer. The second way that money can be earned online is through something called passive income. And this is where you do the work once and you receive the rewards over time and many times. So in the example here, we're taking a skill, which is writing. We're taking time. So we're putting our skill and our time together to come up with an outcome. And the outcome here is an ebook, an electronic, a digital product. We can then trade this product for money. And this can be sold many times and over time. And it can even be sold when we're asleep, when we're out on our run, when we're out cycling, when we're having special time with our family, or even when we're on holiday. So for me, passive income is the most attractive. And in my business, I'll be looking for a model or a type of business that allows me to generate passive income. Let's move on to the next slide. So I've clearly set out my selection criteria, things that are important to me and are going to influence what I do. Here we've got some options that don't meet my selection criteria, but they may work for you. The first of these is flipping Instagram or website domain names. So this is almost like name squatting. It's trying to find a rising personality, a rising star, somebody who's found fame instantly, and registering their name. It's almost like name squatting. So for me, this doesn't morally feel right. You're almost holding a person to ransom. But this is something that is possible. I suppose also earnings aren't guaranteed. Is that person or organisation really going to want to buy that from you? At what price? And also what's the timeline? So for these reasons, I'm discounting this, and it's not something that I will do or get involved in. Secondly, surveys. So there are many sites like Swagbucks, Mobrog, or Global Test Market, where you can complete surveys and get different rewards. So again, this is something that doesn't meet my selection criteria. The amount of revenue that you can generate through these streams, it may pay your gas or electric bill, or pay for the petrol or gasoline in your vehicle. But this isn't going to give you an income that's suitable for not having a 9 till 5 job. So again, this is not something that I would put in a lot of time or effort into. Thirdly, if you're in the UK, so this is something for Great Britain, the United Kingdom only, there's a system called match betting, and there are a lot of systems out there to choose from, and really you're betting or you're hedging on both outcomes of an event. So generally it's popular on football matches, but it can be used on horse racing. Now gambling doesn't fit right with me, so morally it's not something I want to get involved in. So again, I'm discounting match betting, and it's not something that I will be doing. But for some people, it may work. Next, we've got trading, Forex, cryptocurrencies. Now, this isn't something that I've got in my skill set. I haven't traded or bought stocks or shares at any point in my life. I've got a certain amount of capital available to invest and start my business. And for me, my perception, it might not be true, is that there is a risk in day trading in Forex in cryptocurrencies. So at this point, I don't want to risk the capital I've got to start a business in that activity. So for me, it's not a good fit. I'm not going to be putting time or energy into trading or Forex. Now, The last one on the list is more of a way to support your journey, to bring some money in while you're investing in starting a business, whether it's for training, for tools or things you need to get going. And this is something that I have been doing recently. So this is using things like Craigslist, Gumtree or eBay to go through and turn into money things that you're not using in your home anymore. So I spoke that I've got a daughter, she's coming up to 9 now, but amazingly I've still got things around the house from when she was 2-3 years old. So we've had things like stair gates, car seats, push chairs. So what I'm doing is tidying up, clearing the house and trying to turn some of these assets back into money that I can invest in the business or put food on the table while I'm not working. Something you might want to consider, because I think it's very easy in our lives today to have things lying around that we no longer use, we no longer need, and it would give us more value turning these back into money. Let's take a look at some options for active income. So these are ideal options if you have a skill set in a specific area, for example graphic design, video editing, you know another language so you can translate, you're an expert in mathematics, you've studied at a higher level, you could teach somebody else calculus, or perhaps you've got a vibrant personality and you're very good at playing video games. You could use any of the sites below to trade your skill for money. So Fiverr and Upworks are using a very similar model where perhaps you're good at graphic design, you know Photoshop, and you could create Facebook or YouTube banners, thumbnails, and charge people for this service. If you haven't looked at these sites, then do so, because it's not just limited to graphic design. There are many services up for sale. Also, you may find that in the course of whatever business you go into, that you'd like to use these sites and other people's services to plug gaps perhaps in areas where you don't have expertise. Very similar is Amazon Turk, and this is a place where jobs require human intelligence and they can't be automated. So perhaps have a look at that, and you've got a skill that you can again trade some of your time for money. Chegg, comes from chicken and egg, is an online education platform, and this is where you can teach others something that you know well. So again, this is the example that I was talking about for calculus, where perhaps you're studying mathematics at a high level and you'd like to generate a little bit of extra income. Maybe you can teach a school student who's at a lower level with your level of expertise. Again, go over, check out Chegg and see if there's anything that they can offer you. Twitch is a video game streaming platform. Fortnite is huge. I don't think there's anybody in the world who's not heard of Fortnite. You've got streamers like Ninja, Shroud, who are on this platform, and they're making considerable amounts of money through playing video games and having an online audience watching them while they interact and chat. Let's take a look at some options for passive income. With the following possibilities, there's a need to create something within a niche. Whether it's video content, written word, audio, or even a website for physical products. Long term, it's even possible to tie several of these together to build your brand. Now with the first three, YouTube, a podcast, or a blog, this is very much about building an audience. Once you have an audience, it's looking ways to monetize or leverage your following so you can turn your efforts or monetize your content. Which one you choose will depend on your skill set. Do you feel comfortable in front of a camera producing a YouTube video, very much like I'm doing here? Or would you prefer to use your voice and get your content across on a podcast? If you're a fantastic writer, then probably a blog is the choice for you. Again, if you're a great writer and you've got deep knowledge on a subject, a way to monetize that is by creating an ebook. And this is easily done. With Amazon Kindle, you can direct publish any content that you may produce. All you need to do is to create that content, have a cover, register with Amazon, and then you can get your product into their online store. Let's move on to some more options. Okay, let's move on and look at the following options for passive income. So firstly, we've got affiliate marketing. In essence, affiliate marketing is where you lead customers to the owner of a product. Now, a lot of these products are information or electronic products. So as an affiliate marketer, your task is to get traffic, potential customers, leads, and put the offer in front of them. Now, when you get a buying customer, the seller, the owner of this product, will reward you with a commission. And on sites like ClickBank and OfferVault, this is where you can find different affiliate offers that maybe that you would like to promote. In affiliate marketing, especially on ClickBank, some of these commissions can be very attractive. 60 or 70% of the retail value of that product. So this is a great way to get into a business because you don't need to create products to sell. What you need to do is to get leads, traffic, potential customers in front of the offers. Perhaps you prefer something more physical and you've either created or you can source great products. So there are sites like Shopify, or perhaps you want to work with Amazon and do FBA. And these are ways that you can get into the online marketplace with physical items. Another way that you can generate a passive income, especially if you've got a love for photography and you've got hard drives full of images that nobody ever sees, is by selling your images. And there are sites like Shutterstock or iStock where you can provide your images, and again you'll get a commission when people purchase or use your images. Over the previous slides, we've looked at more than a dozen different ways where it's possible to either generate active or passive income. So I'd just like to summarize my thoughts and findings after doing this research. We need to identify an opportunity that is a best fit for you, your skills, and your passions. Whatever you go into, you could be doing this for a significant amount of time, and this is the mindset we need to approach our business with. We're not just going to be doing this for a few weeks, we might be doing this for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Does it fit you, and do you have a passion for it? Be prepared to put time and effort in from the outset to learn and then do. Understand the value of investing in yourself in terms of training and courses. If we think of going into a new employer, a new workplace, how much do they invest? How much do they spend on you during your first 3 months in that workplace? How do they try to train you, upskill you for that role? If we're going to work for ourselves, if we're going to start a business, then we need to invest in ourselves. Seek a coach and or mentor. Have somebody there, have your wingman, have somebody you can lean on, somebody you can ask questions, somebody you can take advice from. Now, of course, this might again mean a financial investment. But this investment is going to give you value, it's going to reap rewards. Any of us could find out almost anything by searching on the internet. But this takes time. If we want momentum, if we want pace in our business, then it is worth paying the money and then getting the value from a coach or mentor. Break your elephant, your business plan, into bite-sized pieces. Don't get overwhelmed of what you might have to do in 1 month, 2 months, 6 months down the line. Take the elephant, look at the pieces, take the piece that you need to deliver now to get the results required at that stage of your business. So it sort of segues us into consistently execute and take action to implement your plan. If you don't take action, if you don't do something, nothing will ever happen. Do not focus on the dollars, the end result, but on taking action, on implementing, being consistent. The dollars will come as a byproduct of your efforts. Thank you for spending time with me today and looking at different ideas for creating wealth online. If anything I've talked about has resonated with you, or you're interested to follow my journey further, then please like, comment, or subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.